Good morning. So, I'm getting the vlog done early today. I've been watching a lot of promotion videos, like stuff on the algorithm and YouTube and all that stuff, and I'm always fascinated by the things, not the lightning in a bottle, viral video where the person doesn't hit on something, but they don't understand why this particular post caught on and that one didn't. But the people that methodically have figured out the algorithm and tapped into understanding what an audience wants and everything. I'm clearly still not there, but I've early on in my vlog, I made a vlog about not comparing yourself to outliers, right? And so one of the dangers of watching these videos is they're always talking about the huge success stories. So you've got this person went from 100 viewers to 4,000 in a month because they did X, Y, and Z. I would be interested to get the problem is you always have that used as an argument that if you do X, Y, and Z, this will happen. And I'm interested to hear from people who have done X, Y, and Z and that not happened. I would also be interested to know that or hear from people and see like case studies where people have done all the right promotion things but didn't get to like the 100,000 subscribers or followers or whatever, but only got to maybe a few hundred or a few thousand. And I'm willing to bet that for them it was worth it. So my own example. So I'm trying to think of this in terms of like, with companies, you've got the big corporation and you've got the small business. And so a successful small business is probably not going to have 100,000 followers on like Twitter. They don't need it. Especially if they're a local business. But so their success is gauged differently depending on what they're doing. But as an artist with technically trying to reach a worldwide market, so to speak, through the internet, there are people who are the big names and the people who are super successful, and they shoot up to like however many, whatever's considered success. For me personally, I have reached and I hate that because we're in promotion mode, we're not in art mode now, so we're talking numbers and things, which is unhealthy to focus on all the time because it can be really. I think the larger movement of influence and reach is more important than the day-to-day numbers fluctuating up and down. And I have a tendency to look at that. Like I noticed my subscriber number on YouTube went down like 2 or 3. And I'm like, what did I do? Me personally, I never unsubscribe for anything. I have so many subscriptions along the side of YouTube. And because YouTube isn't constantly, the algorithm doesn't show subscriptions. It's just a subscription on the side. I never unsubscribe from anything. There were things in there like, why did I subscribe? Whatever. So the actual act of unsubscribing is foreign to me, but not everybody uses the internet like I do. But for me, it's I've worked my way up to almost 2,500 followers on YouTube. Twitter. I'm at right around 140, 150 on YouTube, which is I'm kind of brand new to. I'm like 5 months in, almost 6 months in, and I went from 11 subscribers to 140. Instagram is the big mystery for me because I'm at 940 and I've never been able to crack 1,000. And that's like with 3,000 posts over 6 years. So either my stuff really sucks, I'm missing something, or I don't get it because I see people that have like thousands and thousands of followers with 100 posts, and you're like, well, I don't know who you are or why this. So I don't know. It's like lightning in a bottle for me. I don't understand it. Facebook, my Facebook fan page, whatever it is, the art page has like 700 and some followers, and I get about 100 more followers on that page every time I do a promotion. Like I pay $10 and say, hey, put this ad, promote this page, and people seem to like the page and they'll subscribe to it. The problem with Facebook is people just aren't seeing the page unless I promote it. And then I've got the webcomic, which is kind of hard to gauge for me because I've got an email list of maybe like 80 people through that. And then there's my website and everything. So you got all these different things, promotion areas, and any one of them I'm not too successful on. But I have found that over time, considering where I started, say where I was 5 years ago versus now, is a huge difference. The other thing is, taken all together, I think I'm reaching a decent amount of people. And as far as like doing commissions and income and promotions, I do see a benefit from that. So when I have like a sale on commissions or I'm going to a show, I do see tangible results as a business from that. I also have regular people that I talk to, a lot of you on YouTube, and it's like different audiences. I mean, there's some overlap, but I have found there are different audiences on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram and on, even though Instagram and Facebook are kind of melding into one thing, I noticed the comments on Facebook, on your Facebook page, show up when somebody comments on Instagram now. So but it still seems to be a different audience. So anyway, so success for me is kind of like, I'm kind of gauging it in the small business area, because you can get really discouraged, which I think is kind of where in the last week or so, I've kind of been focusing too much on the minutia of numbers and things, and not the producing of things and the bigger picture. So I think it's healthier to do the bigger picture, and it's very easy to get caught up in the, why did I lose 3 followers? Why did I lose 4 followers? Well, some of them might have been bots, and Twitter was cleaning house, and so numbers are a very bad gauge. Incidentally, I have found it's pretty true that if you have 1,000 followers, only 1% of, like 10% interact, 1% will act on anything that you do, and that pretty much holds true. So that's kind of where I am with the promotion, all that nonsense. So I'm trying to keep my head down and just do good things. Hey, by the way, this t-shirt right here, the Magic Time Suckers t-shirt, I'm going to do another batch of these, if you would like to. I don't know if you can see that there. But I'm going to try to do a different color. I've got to get in there. I think it'll work with gray pretty well. The problem is the transparency. Like everything that's white in here is actually a transparent layer. So if I have black, this all in here would be black and you wouldn't see. So I've got to figure it out. But I probably won't do that until August or so. So I'm going to try to have a batch of t-shirts for that. So I'm off to do some work now. And subscribe. Speaking of the numbers, you can click on this little thing and subscribe. I check out some other videos in the playlists. I've got, I know I'm well over 100 vlogs at this point. I quit keeping track because at a certain point, the numbered vlogs just didn't make any sense anymore. I've also got a lot of live drawing stuff in the Brian Draws playlist. And so check that out. And I will see you tomorrow.